Okay.
We are live. Hi, everyone.
Hi guys. Hi guys. Welcome on this beautiful Friday night. I don't know, Vicky. Is it better over there today? You
Yes.
got
Yeah, the humidity broke this morning, and when the middle of the day was still pretty hot, but the humidity was down like it had been like 99% humidity for like 3 days.
it was awful, and we had a lot of the Canada fire haze, so it was just sort of plateaued,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
then today just absolutely gorgeous, but it is really an obstacle course out there. I I had to just go a couple of blocks west, and man, oh man, but I was like, my hands out in traffic. I'm like, I am not gonna get hit by a fucking car, like screaming in traffic. It was insane. So this whole Mercury retrograde concept is like streaming through me, right? People trying to get somewhere that they can't.
Oh God. Yeah,
They're
I
all
know.
stuck in traffic. I'm like stuck in traffic too because Mercury's in Leo, and my hands are like like trying to cross the streets.
Yeah, we're on the way to the Cape, so
Yes,
it's always a crapshoot, especially Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays. You just have to have all your stuff done and stay off the roads for the most part.
you just got to know your window of time that you can drive if you're doing long distance. Like if it's okay to, I get up in the middle of the night. If you could leave at like 4 o'clock in the morning, by the time the sun comes up, you need something to eat, you need to pee, or
Hmm.
change the kid's diaper, whatever, and you can keep going. If you could do that, it helps because the congestion is mind blowing, really, really bad. It's the
So
weekend of, yes, Mary mentioned in the comment section, the weekend of the Mackinac race. So there's a lot of boats. It's gorgeous. I'll get some bit. I'll get some footage.
okay,
Absolutely.
so we do have a couple of WTF questions. This is one. We can, but before we do the WTFs, I do want to pull a Mystic Sister.
Yes.
Alexandra wants to know, is he really very, very sick? Well, I guess it depends on what, is it, are you talking about his mental state, his physical state,
We could
his
do
emotional state? Yeah, the man is sick. I
three
think
different sets of readings on
yeah,
that.
I think the man is sick on all levels. As to how sick, I would probably say number one, mentally, number two,
Yeah.
emotionally, and then physically.
Hey,
But
Alexandra, how about if we word it like, is he able to carry out the office of the presidency?
well, I
That's a
mean, I
low
can I
bar.
can answer that without cards. Do you really want to ask that question? That's too
I know.
easy. All right.
Not really. It
Thank
would
you.
piss off
Thank
the
you,
tarot.
Alexandra. We're definitely going to ask that question, but I do want to pick a Mystic Sister card just because I'm a creature of habit, and I guess I have that thing where you have to do something the same way all the time, otherwise you can't sleep at night. What is that called?
It sets the tone. OCD?
A little bit, yeah. But yeah, I'm probably the messiest OCD person you'll ever meet. But there
No,
are certain things that if I do them, I have to do them every day or
that's
every time I do it.
that's more of an ADHD thing.
Oh no. All right. Let's
That's
see.
okay.
All right, you're gonna help me, Ona.
Okay.
I'm gonna run my finger over the cards, and you're gonna tell me when to stop. I'm
Okay.
running my fingers over
All
the cards.
right. Let's do this. Stop.
Okay, Ona picked this one. Witch's brew. Why am I not surprised?
This is the finger that got tickled. So
Your Jupiter finger.
yeah,
Your Jupiter finger.
direction.
And of course Jupiter's in Cancer right now. So
Yeah.
that's nice. All right, let me read what Witches Brew say, and then we'll get into the WTFs. Because I almost named this Mystic Sister WTF because there's just so much that, I mean, it's just so much stuff. All right, Witches Brew. Remember, this is the card for this week for all of us. Although I hope it's not like 100% humidity, because making any kind of brew is not going to be fun. Okay. It says, cultivate, healing, and refine. It says, the witch stirs her cauldron full of perfect healing herbs to cure anything that ails you. Let's not give her Trump's phone number, okay? Her whole world is rich with resources, and she has cultivated it all to concoct her potions, excuse me. Throughout time and through extensive effort, she has developed skills, knowledge, and wisdom. The goddess is creative, industrious, versatile, and talented. This sounds like you, Ona. She gives a centered feeling of well-being by the warmth of her fire. And we know things burst into flames in Nona's house. Okay. And not ever again, though. So we'll just X that out of the thing. When this card is drawn, it is time to develop and refine your own qualities of constancy, attention, and imaginative consideration. It is well worth knowing what you don't know, and take the time to fill in the gaps of your knowledge in your chosen interests. So this pretty much says to me that we have to, and I'll put this on the altar, that we have to take all the things that we're good at and create some sort of brew.
Reminder to pick herbs. This is the time of the year, midsummer right now, to cut down your herbs, pick your herbs. I started lavender sugar because my lavender is blooming and I have no bees. So I put the flowers in a jar upside down, and I filled it with like maybe a cup of sugar to extract all that nectar out of it, and then I'll use that like for tea or cookies or something.
Right, like the essential oils.
Yesterday.
Out of them, yeah.
Yeah, so in your garden, it's time because they're going to bloom and get scrappy looking.
Right.
And
our lavender is already pretty scrappy looking, but we had some rain, and the rain sort of messed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But we had rain. We had
for that stuff.
We had a deluge and a microburst. It wasn't just rain. It just wasn't rain. All right.
We had that one weird wash of rain that night. Oh my gosh. Was it Wednesday night? I can't even remember. I think it was Wednesday night. With 60-mile-an-hour winds. It was nuts. Come here, buddy. Hi, you guys. Hi, everybody. Antoinette's granddaughter, Rosemary. People sticking pin dolls and made the felon's likeness. Yes. Mine has been active as well. Yeah.
The witches of TikTok, I guess they're doing a job on him.
Well, mine has been active because I've had to, after the window washer guy slammed his head on the screen on the doll, I thought if I was not the last one to touch it, then I wouldn't be responsible. Mm-hmm. I had to open that screen this week, and it was really stuck. So, and I'm like, wow, this is an active day. And then some, things are coming up. So I'm like, oh, wow. Magic works.
Yeah. Paula agrees with me. Great minds, Paula. Great minds.
I know. I was trying to shave. I don't know what I was trying to shave some dignity into this mess. But a lot of really interesting things were going on. Should we talk about, you want to do a WTF on the voodoo dolls? Have they been
have they been contributing?
Have they been contributing? Oh my goodness.
I'm surprised because you showed me the picture of the open screen, and he was just sort of hanging there. I thought maybe a big wind would come and, kind of. Okay. What was the question again? Oh my God.
Fixed. Are these energies of the dolls working?
Are they working?
I actually noticed Johnny from Tarot's Apprentice had one on Sunday.
I think he ordered it, maybe even from.
He just activated it, and it was like hysterical.
Oh my God!
It was beefy too. It wasn't like mine was like it set on fire so easily. It's like a fire hazard. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Wait till you see these cards. I'm only picking 3 because these are good enough. I could stop at 2 really, but I'll pick one more. The question is the witches, oh yeah. Okay. Is the witches of all the voodoo doll stuff that's going on? Is it working? What did you get?
Yeah. So it's spreading through like the social websites there. This is the 6 of Cups. So nostalgia, bringing up like old spells and old rituals and things like that. 9 of Pentacles. She looks pretty badass. And the Ace of Cups.
Oh, now that's an Ace of Cups I can get into, I think.
Yeah.
So I got
causing a mind altering sort of thing. On the bottom of the deck is the last card's the Death card.
So I got sorry about that noise. I had to unplug something. I got the Princess of Swords, and it's in this deck. It's called the Princess of Rushing Winds. Now we know all about his rushing winds. We've heard about it. It's been talked about, right? The 5 of Swords, right? That's a lot of pins, abuse of power, and the moon, insanity. So yes, I think it's working. Although
rituals, maybe.
Honestly, I do not think that. I think he could do it all by himself, but it's not bad to get a boost, right? And then underneath it all, I got the Emperor.
Yep.
So the Emperor has no clothes, and the Emperor is full of pins. I'm surprised when he drinks water, he doesn't leak. Yeah.
Well, he is leaking. I think that's part of the problem why he has swollen ankles. Because his veins are challenged, probably because of congestive heart failure or just,
This is cute. This is cute.
Doll in a dumpster. I haven't seen that.
Yeah. I have to look at that. Have you ever watched Denise Knight?
No.
Yeah, she does. She always does Trump's Health. I think she does Trump's Health every week.
Actually. Oh my gosh, I have to look.
Yeah.
Tarot? Oh, I'm definitely going to check it out. Oh my gosh, I love doing that. I did that the other day with Epstein or with Cash Peter. Sometimes I'll watch and then I'll pause it before they talk about it, and I will tune in and see if I can tune in, and I'll walk away and see whatever kind of comes up. And then I'll sit down, I'll write it down, what I smell or whatever, and then listen to their interpretation. It's really kind of fun. It's fun.
I'll do that too. Sometimes as somebody's pulling cards, I'll read the cards.
Yeah, it's an intuition exercise, really. Yeah. It's an exercise to keep your intuition in that space that it's always got minutia going, right? Because things are changing.
So did you hear that the Late Show with
I know.
What's his name? Steve? No.
Yeah, Colbert.
Steve Colbert
nice.
is being Xed out.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a bad thing because we know why, right? We know why, because of CBS. But honestly, I haven't been able, since he got in the second time, I haven't been able to watch any of the comedians because to me, it's not funny anymore. It's just not funny.
It's not, but there's a lot going on that just the news to me is the same, but it's satirized. But it's the same stories we hear on the news. They just make it funny. And he's one of them that has been consistently maligning.
Oh yeah. Well, they all are. I mean,
so I did, but you know what? I thought that's not a bad thing, because now Colbert can do. He can go into the podcasting, that platform kind of thing,
right? And he could really say stuff.
And
he's very politically astute. He's progressive. I think he's going to be good in that, because then he'll be able to say what he wants to say. He doesn't have to hold back.
Yeah, I think he put on a good face. He's upset about it. He smells of attorney's office. He did good. They are going to try, but boy, oh boy, if he isn't going to get his last digs in, trust me, he's Gen Z.
I bet you it's an expensive attorney. I bet you it's that nice leather that you can smell in an expensive attorney's place.
Because this is directly related.
Yeah,
for sure.
JH says Stephen provides the real news. Yeah, it's true. I mean, the news is a bit boring. And of course, the news, they don't really tell you stuff. So why would you, right? Why wouldn't you go to Stephen? But at least what Jon Stewart is still on. He's still on.
Yeah. It's really a test of their skill, honestly, because the stories that they're telling on Colbert and Jon Stewart and all those are the same stories, but they make them funny. So at least you can bend your nerve in a different direction instead of hearing the same horrible stuff all the time,
So Zendol, sorry, one. WTF the Supreme Court? Is it trying to destroy our democracy? I think that's also a good question. Why don't we do the health question first, and then we'll go to the Supreme Court. So
what's the health question?
Trump's health.
Do you just a general health thing? Or do you want to do?
I guess we could. Well, we don't want to get too deep into it. How about just information on his health? How about just something very general?
Okay. 3 cards. So based on his chart, he is a candidate or somebody to look out for for vessel disease.
Yep.
So the vessels that are traveling towards and away from your heart have been compromised some way. And it looks like it's showing itself in his puffy ankles. If he had venous stripping in the past, if he had vein surgery, it would make it even worse than if he had left it alone. But if that looks like he probably had vein surgery, and it's even worse than it should be and a little harder to control. He has to keep his legs up. Gravity is not his friend. And Roxana is saying congestive heart failure, perhaps. Yes, Roxana, that is my idea, it's congestive heart failure, where the swelling in the ankles would be a secondary consequence of it. So there's stuff going on, and that can happen as a result. So venous insufficiency and congestive heart failure can cause that. And they're giving him the easy way out, venous insufficiency. I call bullshit. I call CHF. Because I think he's getting IV Lasix. And I think he's wearing diapers because he is getting IV Lasix. that is a diuretic that's given directly IV. It works very quickly. And it like opens the kidneys up and all the urine spills out of them.
Now that's a thought.
I know.
Okay. So I have some cards for this health. I get the 10 of Cups, which says to me that he has an increase and a backup of fluid. That's probably why his legs are swollen. I also think it's congestive heart failure.
Yeah.
I get the Queen of Wands, which in this deck is called the Queen of the Thrones of Flame. So perhaps his hemorrhoids are acting up a bit.
Yes, that's blood. I'd call flaming hemorrhoids.
Then I get the Two of Pentacles, which is about change. So there's a change in his health. But I wasn't satisfied with just staying there, so I picked another card. And I got the Last Judgment.
Ooh.
So that is probably not a good thing. Michael, would you do me a favor?
That's a hermetic. Okay. That's a hermetic deck.
Yes.
Right?
One of my favorites. Yes.
I could pull some clarifiers, but it looks like there's more of a mental thing going on. I mean, I got the moon, 18, right?
Right.
First card. So I would think cognitive. And then the 8 of Wands. So
I think that's all the information coming in about Epstein, and it's overwhelming him.
It could be. It could, yes, it could be a big, big stressor on his mental status for sure. It could be related to blood vessels. In the Tarot, the wands are blood. So maybe, you know, he's got an issue there with the moon. That's the right here. Mm-hmm. Going Chariot.
Oh, so things are going to move quickly.
Things are going to move fast, you guys. I don't think you're going to remember this conversation in 2 weeks. That's how quick. And then the card on the bottom is 7 of Cups. So these side stories that he's really, really sick might be something to just kind of throw you off and try and build that empathy muscle that you're losing for this man that you lost. Okay. I think we're going to see more illness-related stuff being disclosed because it will divert your attention.
So let's ask about the Supreme Court. Are they trying to destroy democracy?
Let's see.
Okay. I'll shuffle these up real nice.
Is it light enough outside? You can use a darker deck. I don't think so. I think they're just trying to save their butts. My take on that is just, you know.
Okay. I got some cards here, but did you select? Do you want me to go first?
This one flipped over, and I'll start there because that's the one that shot out. It's the World card.
Oh, something coming to an end, huh?
So there is a big turnaround. There is a big shift. And my interpretation of the World, I think, is it's a shift that is scheduled to happen, not something that's forced or tragic, but the natural cycle of things for the World card. What'd you get?
I picked 5 cards. I got the 5 of Wands. So there's definitely within the Supreme Court itself, and it actually came out in the public. They're sparring. They really are struggling within. Of course, the people who are liberal, don't have the power right now because they don't have the numbers, but they're putting up a good fight, and they're not going to go down without a good fight. And then I get the Three of Pentacles, which in this case is the dark money. That's Leonard Leo and those guys who got all those guys in. And then they did. Now you think about it, like their whole idea was that the president would have executive powers, would be unitary executive theory, right? So one person gets to make all the decisions, and the one person they get is this moron, right? In his MAGA hat with all his cups, with his legs wide open. These are all my cups. You can't have my cups, right? And to bring that home, we have the Lovers, which of course is the Gemini card, which he's a Gemini. But the last card,
we're getting a lot closer to this, and I've seen this come up in other readers' spreads with Hanged Man, Ten of Swords. I'm also watching out for those cards as they pop up on my own radar. But I've seen that a lot, and I keep thinking this is just and not going to be that much longer that we'll have be talking about somebody else's crap. You know who?
It's going to be, it's going to be, maybe that's an omen with Stephen Colbert not being, because he did some of the best comedy, right? With
he's still available. He'll still be out there.
No, but I mean, he's not. You don't need him on television because that person is not going to be around. That's what I mean.
Yeah, have him.
I don't mean
a hit, and he's doing it honorably. He's getting honorably discharged, basically, right?
Right.
And he will have a story to tell about what he was able to and not able to censor, and we're going to learn a lot more.
She was originally. Yeah, go ahead.
Is she? No, I was reading the.
No, I heard she is. We'll see. We'll pull cards on it. She used to be on Air America, way in the Wayback Machine. Do you remember Air America? It was the right. It was the left's. It was the left's answer to like Rush Limbaugh and all those guys. The only problem is that as liberals, we're not haters. So I think it was hard to have something like that on the left side because we just don't really go there.
Yeah,
that's not really where we're at, right? Blaming everything on everybody else.
Doesn't she already have a podcast, Rachel Maddow?
Yeah, she has a podcast. I think she's writing a screenplay. Very, very, very busy. She's a very busy lady. Very smart. Aries. She's an Aries, and so when Neptune and Saturn, get into Aries, when they really start their new cycle, I think she's going to be a big.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's got nothing but good stuff. I don't know how long it's going to last. There might be some interference, but I got good cards until there was a bit of a
snap. So what you got?
The first card I got was Two of Wands. Okay. So that's the suggestion. She's still doing her job, and then she's going to start this other thing, Three of Cups. So I think she's got her team together that she's happy with.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Two of Cups. They might be moving. Nine of Cups, so everything looks like really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
An awakening.
So that's the
Judgment.
Okay.
To the Ace of Swords, and it actually says the truth on there. Or no, it's the Ace of Swords, but that's the truth.
Right.
Truth, that's her own truth social, right? And the World.
Oh, good.
The bottom of the deck was Death.
So change, transformation.
It might be something that is really well planned and looks very good and she's very happy about, but there's something that is like a rude awakening that she can't execute exactly what she wants to do. I'm going to get this.
Okay. So I got the Judgment card and the Five of Cups. So I think she made the decision because she can't abide the suffering that she's seeing. That's what I think that is. We get the Three of Pentacles, which in this case, I think is people who are really good at what they do, working together to make it a success. The Nine of Cups, getting her wish, right?
Same.
Also,
Yep.
right? Also,
Yep.
maybe making Mr. Maga a focus. And then I get the Ten of Pentacles.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be a success. And we get I got underneath, I have the Knight of Cups, the Moon, and the Page of Swords. There might be somebody may, and then the Devil. Somebody may actually try to what is that when you go in and mess things up? What do you call that?
Blackmail?
Not blackmail. Put a fly in the ointment. There's another word for it, but that's sort of the idea. Somebody's gonna try to mess things up and might actually cause her some problems. But in general, I think it has a lot of potential for success. But again, I think that once he is gone, which I don't think is that far off, honestly, once he's gone, it's not him to focus on. What is it that we have to focus on, right? And what we have to focus on is the kind of world that we actually want to create. Now that he's broken everything, we get to start from ground zero, and that may not be a bad thing.
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. Yeah, but it's not too much longer. I hope that the CHF and the health stuff that is, they're throwing that story out there to distract your attention from what's really going on is a little helpful. And then you can understand it or even recognize it in somebody else. And that there would be more to tell if you can actually see what his skin looks like with both of those problems, CHF and Venus insufficiency, but it's all covered in mortician makeup. So I can't really look for that long.
Ona and I were having a conversation before we got on that his best makeup job may be the last makeup job that's done on him. And she wanted to know if they were going to make him orange. And if it was going to be open so we could see.
What do you guys think? Should we pull a card on that? Should we pull a card on posthumous makeup? Think of a sentence, something good. I'm going to grab a little diversion treat.
Okay, I'm going to pick some. Okay.
Another deck of cards I must have got. You're such a bad dog, Giblets. Venus is doing a trine to what today? And it's Friday. So, we've got Venus in Taurus. The moon is in Taurus. It's all about a pizza on a Friday, a Coke, right?
So as far as the makeup, I get the 10 of Pentacles, so they're going to spend a lot of money on it. We get heartbreak and sorrow. So I think he's going to look better. He's going to look better, and people are going to like.
We're going to be disappointed. You think we're going to be disappointed?
I think the whole endeavor is going to be one big party. I don't think we're going to care what it looks like. I don't care. We're going to care if it's orange or not. Get the four of cups. No one's ever satisfied. People are going to say he's not orange enough. People are going to say, where'd the orange go? His hair doesn't look good. And his defenders will defend him and say he looks amazing. It's interesting in that note. Just as you pull cards there on his makeup job, I was watching him talk. I think, and Carolyn Levitt, was standing next to him,
Yes.
and I really think that woman believes everything he says.
No, no, no.
I do think she believes what he says. I don't, but it's his story and it's all untrue.
I
But
don't think she does.
I think that she is like hypnotized by him.
I don't think she does, because if you only look at how many times she blinks, look at her body language, and when she turns away from him and when she starts blinking more than usual, because that's involuntary, and when you are stressed you blink more.
Well, of course she's
When
stressed.
he's challenged with a question that seems too complicated, no matter what the subject is or how he's trying to spin it, she will turn and back up and blink more. Just play that little bit a couple of times. You're like, damn, she knows he's off. She knows he's off.
Maybe
Like,
she sees him like her demented grandfather, and she feels bad that people are picking on him in his state.
so what's
So
he going to look like in the, did you pull
yeah,
card?
I
Show
did.
me. Go.
I did. I showed them already. You were.
Okay.
I think you were tending to the king.
He's such a bad dog. Oh my god. Yeah, there he is again. Let me just fill, because these are good. So my question in my head was, what's he gonna look like in the coffin, in the casket? Because they might not show, that. So the makeup artist, look at her big bag, her big satchel. She's got a big bag of makeup there. Three of Swords. I
I
think
got that too.
I think it's or something, maybe sort of cardiac, but is he going to look like that? I think kind of, that's a desert, right? So that sort of desert rose kind of color, maybe. I'm just saying. And Nine of Cups, I think they do come to some agreement, or they try to sort of bury it with other ornaments and things like that. So yeah, what he's going to look like.
Do you think it's going to be a gold coffin, a gold casket? I got the Chariot. It's not only is it going to be a gold casket, it's going to be like Lincoln. They're going to put him on a train. So
That's just tacky.
right, the first
Shit.
Republican and the last Republican go out on the train. Only nobody's going to be crying this time.
Yeah. I got Two of Wands if it's going to be a gold casket. They're sitting on something.
Is it gold?
Looks like it. My gosh, yeah. Ace of Cups. I'm going to grab him. He's going to come on my lap now.
Okay. So Kathy, hi Kathy. She says, "Hi girls, good to see you. Good to hear from you, Kathy. Do you think Trump will make it through his presidency without a fatal health crisis?" I do not think he'll make it through his he'll be lucky if he makes it to September.
Yeah, girls. Yeah. Yeah.
If this stress from this Epstein thing continues, I think he's just going to go off the deep end if he's not already there.
Yeah. Also, with these like swollen ankles and stuff, it's really required that you keep your legs elevated, and I don't think he ever does that. And flying exacerbates it. And all that pressurized air, you've been there, you've done that, you've gone off a plane, you're like, my legs are tight. It makes it even worse.
Yeah.
So I think we're seeing the beginning of a string of reported ill health that is going to start to paint a picture for people to see the exit in the way they want to present it. Right, buddy? There's nothing in that. That's empty. You finished the whole thing.
Yeah, Dr. Ronnie gave him a clean bill of health, Jill, but um, I don't know. Maybe he had a few drinks in him. Who knows? The doctor, I mean.
Oh no, the doctor did not give him a clean bill of health. The doctor wrote the most poorly written, horrible progress note. With all the availability of writing a decent letter, like ChatGPT to write a decent medical note, was way off. It wasn't even written by a doctor. It was written by
AI?
one of his grandkids or something like that. Yeah.
Maybe who is the flood the zone guy? Navarro? Maybe the tariff king, or whatever Navarro called him in that book that he wrote and said it was his professor and it was actually him.
It is, yeah. Yeah. I definitely get this formaldehyde whole thing. Like it really makes a connection when I start thinking about him, his presence, as it's getting more interesting to see the reaction and how I'm like, wow, this is amazing that people have grabbed onto this story and have sort of like start to disengage themselves from him. This is an important thing to watch what's happening with the people that supported him, as this is going on. And I'm kind of like, wow, that's all it took. Something you were never going to see.
Well, they were true believers. That's the thing. They really believed that he was going to change the world. Charlie C. Sage of Fire says Times Square has a scrolling electric sign. T and T and what? Tea and crumpets. Tea and tell me what that means, if you don't mind. I'm thinking tea and ep. Tea and ep. Maybe they have them like hanging out together, dancing with the young girls, perhaps.
Oh God. Yeah. There's a lot going on with that whole story. That's pretty nuts. But and then the illness thing is coming up to change that story. It's really kind of, you know, grabbing at straws there, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm just checking out all your comments. Yeah. People are wondering about Vance, what kind of president he's going to be.
Do you want to pull a card on that?
Yeah, sure.
I don't have my deck back. So there's some decks I can never use for anything else ever again. We should be thinking in that direction, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me use the rosebud.
Oh dear. Ooh. Well, I'll tell you one thing, it isn't going to be pleasant for him. Oh, God. Not pleasant at all.
No, it's going to be, yeah. Yeah. He's not going to be able to do any of this stuff. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine inheriting this nightmare no matter what. All right. I got the first one flew out and I will pull as you're talking, I'll pull the card. So we've got the same thing at the same time. What kind of president will Vladimir?
Day. You know what I said to my husband? We would say, there's that expression, what would Jesus do? WWJD.
Mm-hmm.
And we said, well, now we're going to say WWJD. Wait, WWJJD. No, WW. I don't know. We said, what would JD do?
What did JD do?
What would JD do?
I wouldn't.
I
I
think
would
he
not
would
want to
do.
get.
I
I
would
don't
think
want to
he
get in
would
this
do. I
mess.
would think he would do in his pants. That's what I think. But that's just me. Okay.
He's about to.
Yeah. Well. All right. You want to? You want? What was? Did you get a first card?
Yeah.
Are we gonna do it together? Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
picked.
Yeah. Let's do it
Wait,
together.
I picked 6 cards. So this is
Okay.
the present moment. I got the universe. Is that the
This is the Magician from the Rosebud deck.
Rosebud? Okay.
So there's the Infinity. This is planned.
The crossing card. I got the Tower.
I got the Queen of Swords, generosity of air. Something's
So
blocked.
I think from my cards, I feel like it's going to be sudden. A sudden change, right?
Who would swear him in?
The Supreme Court, likely. Well, no. Wait a minute. Who swore in after Kennedy passed? It must have been the Supreme Court guy, right? Swore in.
I don't know, but I'm wondering, would it be it wouldn't be the Attorney General, would it?
No, I think the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice would do it, I think.
Okay.
Or maybe what's his name?
Paula says John Roberts there.
Yeah, I think it's
okay.
him.
So there is some kind of block thing, though. That's a closed door, and there is somebody swearing them in or not swearing them in.
Well, that could be his wife, too, standing next to him, right?
Looks like she might be.
It might be Usha.
There's trouble in that. If there's a fox, look at the fox. There he is. That's him.
He's the fox, and the Queen of Swords is Usha.
Foxes are opportunists. What's your next card?
Underneath it, I got the 7 of Swords. So he's standing on deception.
And I got the Professor or 5 or access to knowledge. So standing on access to knowledge.
So that's the Hierophant. Okay.
Yeah.
In the past, I get the 5 of Swords or abuse of power.
7 of air. Yeah,
so
7 of Swords.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's something going on behind his back. There's planning something.
Are you talking about behind Vance's back or behind Trump's back? Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, this was all planned.
Yeah, there's a book.
I think this was all, and Vance may actually be. I was watching it, and I thought, and they were talking about Elon and Trump having this fight, and I guess that's really what the fight is. It's a fight between Elon and Trump, and I think, of course, Vance is in Elon's corner, right? I think they, and it's going to be maybe the battle of the oligarchs.
Yeah.
In the sky, I get the Lord of Strife, which is the 5 of Wands.
I got 6 of Earth. So 6 of Pentacles, the past.
Work in the earth. Isn't he the one who is invested in the company that wants to buy all the farms? The farms for the family farms, so that it can be agribusiness or something.
So there's already conflict of interest going on.
Do you think? And then the immediate future, I got the Knight of Swords.
I got 6 of Cups,
which is weird because it kind of looks like him.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't it kind of look like him? We're going to wish Trump was back. I doubt that, but
I doubt that, but I think there's going to be some. So I got 6 twice.
So
6 of water.
Well, 6 is usually some sort of balance too.
If I pull 6, what's your next card?
I got the Knight of Swords, which is called the Lord of Winds and Breezes. And the one thing about Vance that scares me a little bit is that he is smart, and he talks in circles.
The next card is the 6 of fire.
So that's
that's 666. Okay, in my language. 6 of Pentacles,
the mark of
earth, 6 of water or cups, and 6 of fire or wands.
Yeah, I think he's going to bring a certain amount of stability to it because he's not crazy, but he's also not standing on anything that's real or that's true.
Can he continue to execute all of this stuff that's happening? Is it going to continue? Is, I think, more important than I know he can be. He's mutable, right? He's an opportunist, so wherever he sees an advantage, he can be trained. Basically,
yeah, he's a narcissist and probably a sociopath, just like and a terribly wounded child, just like Trump. Really, only he's got an education. But I don't think you can talk your way out of everything. I really don't think, and I don't think people really like him. Certainly, there's nothing in these cards that indicate anybody likes him.
Yeah, somebody actually said that Mega doesn't like him. I mean, their Antonette's granddaughter, and Mary's like, Mega hates him. Like, everybody's like, no, agreed. Yeah, he's this kind of a twerp. This is a bad call. What else you got? The deck is still here. It's still on fire.
All right, let's see here. The 8 of Wands. So that's information coming in pretty quick.
10 of water. 10 of cups.
Is that 3 women?
It is, but it is the 10 of water. 3 of cups is totally different. This is the 10.
That's the 10? Oh.
Yeah, it's the 10. It's the rainbow.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's the 10 of water. And there's 10 watering cans on the ground there.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. So they got all their seashells and all their stuff, and they are partying on the water. That's a good card. So I think he's going to be there. How many times have we used 10 of cups to call these people the smugs Republicans, right?
These cards do not look good. He does not get good cards. He really doesn't. I mean, I did a whole Celtic cross. After the 8 of Wands, I got the 4 of Wands in his domestic situation. So he's getting, like, he's celebrating with his family. But then I get oppression, the 10 of Wands, and then the 9 of Swords, which is Lord of Despair and Cruelty.
This is the final card, the Devil. Did I not say that? The Diablo?
No,
we had the 6. No, that is the outcome card. Hopes and fears was 2 of earth, and then velocity of water. That's it. That's the last card. I'm like, he's got a lot of 6s. So he's going to be cursed, hexed.
He's also the Devil card. The people are in chains, but it's chains of their own decisions. Like, they can take the chains off if they want, but he chooses not to.
Yeah. Roxanne says Usha and JD were arguing at Disneyland. That's a great place to have family.
I'm a little bit of a cynic, because I'm from Jersey, and it's sort of like a thing. You got to be a little cynical when you're from Jersey, and I went to Disney with an ex-boyfriend once. We went down to Florida. Of course, it was August. I would tell nobody to go down to Florida in August, but that's when the wedding was. So we were going down for a wedding, and we went to Disney, and I was like, Disneyland. I was acting like a tough New Yorker, right? I got there. I had so much fun. I was like, oh, it's a small world, a stupid
Mhm.
ride. I cried through the whole thing. The whole
Yeah.
ride. I just cried the whole ride. It was wonderful. And everybody was happy. Everybody was happy. And except for one guy who was yelling at his family.
Yeah.
And I looked at him, and it was so like out of place there. The energy was just so, and I thought that man is mentally ill.
Yeah.
That was my thought.
It's always like that one guy who they're in front of you sitting when you're going to watch a Cubs game. There's just that one drunk of all the people, right? And that just kind of like turns the vibe into, oh my gosh, we have to monitor this now. How long am I going to tolerate it? Kind of thing, right?
Oh my God. Oh
So
my
he gets booed everywhere he goes. Says they got booed at Disneyland. Antoinette's granddaughter says he gets booed everywhere he goes. This is very true. We've seen that over and over again. It's going to be really hard to bounce into the role of getting the respect that he thinks he deserves. It's going to be really hard for him. If he's successful, I'd be happy to sit down and have a jar and Nutella with him and celebrate with that success.
Yeah.
If he's
Well,
not, I won't be surprised.
Well, my feeling is if the Democrats do win the House and perhaps the Senate, who knows, he's gonna have to work with them because we're going to be in such a bad place. So even if he did like a halfway decent job, he's not going to get any credit. Nobody's going to like him. It's a thankless job.
Yeah.
I mean, he thinks that I'm the president of the United States. Well,
It's such a big switch that he's not a felon. He hasn't been convicted. He hasn't been indicted for anything.
yeah.
It's going to be such a big switch for everybody to try and scramble and find something wrong with him, because all we're going to do is feed on everything that's wrong with him. And there's a lot. So we'll see.
So Carrie Bear would love some good thoughts for your kidney stones from the chat. We'll send some healing.
Yeah. I've been there. Let me fix this.
So of course you have to drink a lot of water to try to flush it out.
That medicine that they gave you to dilate your ureters, take it because it does help. And sometimes you pass it and you don't even know. So right. I hope you do.
Here's to Swift stones and tiny little roundy river stones instead of jagged stones, right?
We only remember horror stories of what people have, but remember everybody's pain is a different experience, and everybody has a different experience with kidney stones. They could be treated, I had a stent in my ureter for a month with a bad kidney stone. It was rough.
My sister-in-law had that. It really does knock you for a loop.
Yeah.
All right.
Come here, buddy.
All right. Let's see. We're about to 8:00, but I'm perusing to see if there's one last thing we might want to address. Last week? Did we ask? The Epstein thing came out the same day that Uranus went into Aquarius. I mean, Uranus went into Gemini, I think. 7/7. what's his name? Elon did his thing about the Epstein files on 7/5, the Jupiter return of the United States, and then 7/7 as I think when um, one of the big things came out, or people started talking about it, or that's when Bondi said there's no files.
That was a Venus conjunct Uranus.
That was the 4th of July. That was the 4th of July, but yeah, that could have been. Yeah, that could have also been what what's his name said, Elon Musk. But I think the thing that there's no there came out on when Uranus went into Gemini, which is Uranus is the Great Awakener, and Gemini is information. So there was no way they were going to keep it quiet, even though they said it doesn't exist.
So now what do you think will happen with the retrograde cycle and information? Are we going to go over some stuff? Are we going to see old tapes or texts, or obviously resurface a birthday card from maybe when Epstein turned 50, or birthday album, whatever that was?
Well,
We're going to see more of that kind of stuff, like proof.
Well, this Mercury is in his 12th house of his self-undoing.
Oh, look at that.
So it's retrograde in his 12th house. Self-undoing and hidden enemies. Hidden enemies.
Okay. You guys, it's going to be okay.
Yep.
It's going to be okay. Gotta hang in there. Boy, oh boy. I know, Jill, it's like you're starving. It's going to start crying.
He's starving. How many times have you fed him?
He's good. He's had more than he would at dinner. He had just a little bit at dinner, and I think it's that thing, I try to feed him slowly, but he takes advantage of that moment.
Yeah.
And that's okay. He did walk a lot today, and he did poop every time he walked, so he can have a little.
So he still has a little room in there, huh?
He's got a little room.
All right. Well, I think that's about it for tonight. It was a great pleasure having you with us tonight. I think Susan Lynn's going to have her and a gentleman that she works with is going to be starting at 8:30 Eastern. So I'm going to catch that, see what they have to say. But yeah, I think that like this is what I want to say about all of this. I think something's going to happen, and for those of us who have been looking at this for so long and seeing things that other people have been blind to, it's going to feel like a relief to us, but to a lot of people, it's going to feel like complete chaos. And so I think that we're going to have to be real patient with people, and we're going to have to make sure we're shoring ourselves up through this, because the storm is here, and we're going to get through it, but it is going to be messy, and I think it's going to be difficult for a lot of people. So,
yeah. And thank you so much for offering up so much support in the chat to each other. That is so cool to see that it's just kind of a little hive, sesh, and everybody's kind of like just really supportive and is here, knowing that all that really makes you feel better when you leave.
Yeah. And that's what we have. We have to give thanks to the Trumpster, because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't know each other. So I'm grateful for all the friends I've made, all the connections I've made, and the web is getting bigger and bigger and lighter, and we all together are going to create the world that we want, that we know we deserve to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good night, everybody. Much love. Namaste.